Iran is holding the funeral ceremony for the country's late supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. His mortal remains have been kept at Tehran's Grand Mosala, where thousands of people have gathered to pay their final respects to the leader.
لحمي ودمهم دمي يؤلمني ما يؤلمهم ويحزنني ما يحزنهم.
Watery eyes, anger, outpouring of emotions. These are the visuals of that massive crowd that covered the entire courtyard of the Grand Mosala, where chants of death to America and Israel resounded, with people holding red flags of vengeance. From the civilian leaders to military commanders, all the major figures of the Iranian government present at the site, Iran's parliament speaker, the IRGC commander, the Quds force chief, the foreign minister, the president, the chief justice, paid their final tributes. But one person remained missing, Iran's new supreme leader and Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's son. He did not appear in public. However, Khamenei's other three sons attended the service. Processions are planned through the capital on Monday. Authorities are expecting more than 10 million people to take part in the ceremonies in Tehran. According to a report by the New York Times, Iranian security officials rejected the new supreme leader's request to attend the burial of his father. They fear Israel will try to kill him or track him back to his sanctuary. Remember, he has not been seen in any new image since being injured in the strike that killed his father. In fact, the leadership of Iran's axis of resistance also paid their tributes to Khamenei. These include Hamas, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, Hezbollah, Houthis. Different verse of Quran played for each delegation, but they carried the same sentiment: martyrdom, unbroken pledges to God and victory. For countries like Russia, China, India, verses about righteousness, reassurance, and reward were played. But the verse that was played for the Saudi Arabian delegation caught everyone's attention in a way. The passage described the Battle of Badr, a symbolic message placing Iran on the side backed by God. From Tehran, Khamenei's remains are expected to be taken to Qom, Najaf and Karbala, the great Shiite centers of Iran and Iraq, before being laid to rest on Thursday in Mashhad, home to the country's holiest pilgrim shrine. The burials were meant to be conducted within a day of death in Islam, but because of the risks of holding a big funeral during the war, it was postponed until after last month's interim truce deal was agreed. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has said that he was surprised to see the Iranians cry at the funeral of Khamenei in Tehran, saying he believed that people hated Khamenei. Trump further said, I'm quoting, maybe they were fake tears. And earlier, we spoke to the research fellow at the Center for Iranian Studies, SOAS, University of London. Listen in to the perspectives that he shared with us.
What strikes me as a historian of Iran is the sheer cultic, garish display that we are seeing and will continue seeing until the final internment in Mashhad towards the end of this week. There is precious little which can be conventionally called Islamic in the rites and the contrivance of this ceremony being conducted by the regime, which has more than a few elements of ethno-Persian nationalism larded into, literally shoehorned into an Islamic theological straitjacket. Most Muslims, especially Islam's predominant Sunni majority, would not recognize this as an Islamic funeral in more ways than one, and they would be justified in doing so. And in staging so, they would not be necessarily prejudiced because it's a Shia funeral, because most Shia funerals are even not conducted like this. That is what strikes me as a historian first and foremost. Then you have the question of Boston individuals, the country's internet being shut down once again. Transport has come to a grinding halt across Tehran in order that mourners can officially filter in from all 31 provinces. Well,
to stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.